It has been a while since I've given an update on my Wealthsimple trade portfolio. My combined accounts have a total of $29,800, and note this is in Canadian. A new account I have recently contributed to is the First Home Savings Plan, which is an account used for home purchases, so I have been regularly contributing into this account. I also have a non-registered account, an RSP, and a tax-free savings account. Today I'm going to be going through these accounts and give you my individual positions. At the end of the video, I will be placing an order for a new company I will be holding in one of these accounts, so stay tuned for that. So my First Home Savings Plan only has $425 and it is 2% up all time. I have two ETFs in this account, a BlackRock Premium Money Market ETF and a BMO Country World Index ETF. I want this account to be less volatile just because it has a shorter time horizon, and I want to be able to liquefy this account at any time. My non-registered taxable account only has $109 in it, but I have been taking money in and out of this account throughout the year, and I'm going to be using it as an overflow account so that when my contribution limits are reached, I can still invest into my Wealthsimple trade accounts. The only holding in this account is a C-Save high interest ETF that pays interest on a monthly basis, but the idea of this account is to have money invested with Wealthsimple after my registered accounts have been maxed out. My retirement account is currently up 6% all time, nearly $4,000. And we can see that earlier this year there was a big jump here, but that is because I took this account as a USD account and converted it into a Canadian dollar account. So that's why we see this big jump here. In this RSP, I have 5 holdings: that same money market ETF, a corporate bond ETF, the NASDAQ ETF, and a US dividend equity ETF, and the S&P 500 ETF. I've chosen these 5 holdings because together they diversify this portfolio. In particular, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ ETFs are higher risk investments, but because this is an RSP and it has a much longer time horizon than many other accounts, this account can afford higher risk in the short term for larger gains in the future. Historically, the NASDAQ and S&P 500 ETFs have been very high growth compared to bonds or even US dividend paying companies. My tax-free savings account is my largest account by far, with $25,283. We can see that this account is down 2% all time, but most of those losses have actually been in the last month, so I'm not too concerned with the outlook of this account right now. When we look at these holdings, we can see the newest holding is CMR, which has $12,500 invested, and this is an ETF that pays monthly distributions that I will then invest into individual stocks. And in the past, I've done that with VDY because they do a similar thing with Canadian dividend payers, but right now I want a more solid, less volatile principal, and that's why I've chosen the CMR. Now, in the coming future, I will be rearranging this portfolio. Some of these holdings will need to change, like Algonquin Power and Go Easy Limited. Stay tuned for when I make those trades, but I also will likely invest into US equities in this account as well, just for diversification purposes. I know that there are withholding taxes associated to this tax-free savings account for dividends. Now, I will have to consider how I want to invest into US markets, whether that is with growth companies or with dividend payers, but stay tuned for those updates. Before I get into my order I want to fill, just a quick look at my recent dividends. So I got some dividends from VOO, TELUS, C-Save, CMR, and in various accounts, SCHD, LQD, VDY, and lots of just monthly dividend payers and some old ones coming in from Power Corp and TD. So that's a quick idea of what I've been receiving. As promised, I'm going to be placing an order in one of my accounts. Now you can see my total cumulative amount is just over $30,000, which is a new milestone, so that's pretty cool. The account I've chosen to place this order in is my retirement savings plan. Now I have $360 ready to invest, and the company I'm going to be purchasing is Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. They're currently traded at $53, and they're actually down 9% in the last month and 11% in the last 3 months. So I do think this is a discount to their normal trading price. Now, because it is the weekend, I'm going to be placing a limit buy at $54, and that's just to guard against their opening price. And I'm going to buy 4 shares at 216 USD and order sent. So our limit order is in for $309, and that will be executed on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates.